Hi everyone, this is Sheryl. This is Clientele, and we've got a phenomenal guest. I am so excited to have her. She has been a Clientele user of our supplement program for 40 years. 40 years, that's as long as I've been using Clientele as well. And we just recently made a little change there, gave her a little alteration. So we're going to talk about all of that. And I want to introduce to you the precious, because I've gotten a chance to know her, beautiful inside and out, Brenda Morinia. Can you say hi to our audience, Brenda?
Hello, how is everyone? And I'm glad to be a spokesperson for Clientele.
Oh my gosh, thank you. See, I didn't even pay her for that. Checks in the mail.
Thank you.
So, Brenda, I just want to thank you so much for being here and for saying that. That's fantastic. I want to get right into you. You've got some wonderful things to share with us about life. And you and I had a great discussion about it yesterday, and something that will really encourage and inspire others, whether it's women or men. So I'd love to just give you the floor and just let you tell us about what you think is really important.
Well, I just celebrated my 70th birthday, and that is how I was introduced to Sheryl when my Clientele representative, who I love so much, Gloria, for over 40 years, sent Sheryl my picture, and she asked if I would do this broadcast. And now at 70, certain things I've discovered I wish I had known 50 years ago, coming into womanhood. One of the things is we all know about eating good and reading, et cetera, but also it's important as to what you let into your eye gate and your ear gate, because it has so much influence on how you feel, your state of mind, and your state of mind determines how your body digests the food and everything else about you. It can make you depressed, it can make you up, you can go in a seesaw, and that always sort of comes out in how you look. There are days I can put on my makeup exactly the same way and just look awful. And what's wrong? My mind is like just, I guess would say dirtied or whatever. It's not smooth. It's not flowing. It's not happy. It's not joyous. It's depressed and down. And a lot of that can come from what I've allowed to come into people who I'm around, what people say, how I let it affect me. So one of the main things is to try to be positive in your friendships, your relationships, and how you analyze things. Try to stay positive. Years ago, there was a big push, the power of positive thinking. And I'd like to say that really has an effect on everything, just as the Clientele vitamins and the MDR and the skincare all takes out dirt and in your system and off your face and everything else. You must do the same thing with your eye gate and your ear gate.
Yeah, you and I were talking about this yesterday.
Yes.
You've had a lot of experience. First, I want to say happy, blessed 70th birthday. And can you tell us, before I comment on what you were talking about, what people have said to you, how old they say that you really look?
Usually I'll get somewhere like you can't be more than 50. And then they said, and that's going up some since everyone says you look younger than you are. So some people think I'm in my 50s. And I have a little joke to tell. It's like, I will do some video interviews for contracts and whatnot. And you can tell they're all excited. They want to hire me because they think I'm 50. Be about 50. And then when they find out 70, it's like, oh, she's old. But so usually it's about 20 years younger. And I like to say, when I first started with Clientele, it was called the Beauty and I used to call them my beauty vitamins. And they say, holding youth or whatever. When you're 25 or 30, you don't even give thought to it because everyone's young. But when I came to really appreciate clientele and the MDR is when I hit that 7-0. And when I hit 70 and no one could believe it, I've even asked for a senior discount and been told, no, you can't have a senior discount. And that was just being over 55 at one point. So that's why I think this was just a milestone birthday. I took a picture with my crown that said 70, and the Facebook posts I got and everything. It confirmed that clientele really works, or the end with a combination of the MDR. I took out a life insurance policy, and the agent said it's going to be this amount. But after they give you your physical and whatever, it's probably going to go up. I never seen it go down. When they did the physical and did my blood work and all type of analysis, it did go down $20 a month. And that, I think, is attributed to the MDR because of what it really says that it sort of, I guess, slows down the aging process. And I feel that I am a real testimony to that.
Oh, you are. You're a great testimony to it. And, getting to also, this is the sad part, everybody. All of that was happy and fantastic. But the sad part is, and I want to just touch on that with Brenda for a minute. Here she is, somebody that's 70 years old, very viable and very vital and very relevant, for 70 to me can be 50. It doesn't really
Right.
matter. The new 50, exactly. And we just had somebody on, Gail Gensler, who is a boxer model, and she also is a manager in an automotive industry, and she's 60, and she says 60, so what? So we can have the same attitude as that. But here, everybody, employers out there, there's lots of stability in our age group. Not that the younger people aren't wonderful and stable, not what I'm saying whatsoever, because everybody's got something special. But there's lots of stability, so don't turn us away because we can do great things still. We're still raring to go, and especially with what Brenda's saying. Would you say that's true?
Exactly. And it does hurt because of the fact what you can do compared to some of the younger ones, but they write you off. You become a liability, and you're a liability because your life insurance is higher, your health insurance is higher. They feel that now with COVID, it really is, really bad because anybody over 65, I guess they feel you're more liable to get COVID, and it's going to be fatal, and they're going to have to pay a life insurance policy. So everything now with those of us who are over a certain age, it's like we have nothing to offer. And when you are accustomed to doing, and even just to support my habits of my makeup and my lashes and everything else I need to work, you really have to step back because of the fact that they've written you off. And it's because they think you're younger. And when they find out that you're not, it's, some other reason. And although people say, well, that's discrimination, in reality, you can't fault them much because most of the workforce, a lot of people are pushed out at 55. So at 70, I really say I've been blessed. So I can't complain too much, if they can hire someone who they feel is still in their childbearing ages and has a family and kids to go to college, I guess they say give it to the younger person. But
Please go ahead.
So I guess that's one of the negative sides. When you look younger than you are, doors open and they can close almost as fast as they open.
Well, that's true in a lot of cases, but, we're just saying, employers out there, people out there, just realize that, everybody's got talent at any age. But some of us who have been seasoned and around the block a little bit, we still have a lot to offer. So
Yep.
don't shy away from it, because here's an incredible person that can do a lot for you. And again, we are very supportive of every age group, everybody. But that was a great message. And you were starting to talk about the fact that you talked about your ear gate and your eye gate. Can you explain a little bit more about that, when people get into your ear gate and what that means?
It's people can be very, very, if you're around people, or especially groups of people, and you say, oh, I want to do this. Oh, girl, you're too old for that. You need to stop. Oh, you don't need to be wearing your hair that long at this age. Why do you bother to get eyelashes and worry so much about how you look? And I remember just hearing someone, I love that, there's a commercial that I love when someone says, after a while, you don't care how you look. And she says, I wonder what age is that?
Yes.
But I love that commercial, because the older you get, sometimes the more you need to hear someone say, you look good. Don't write me off like, just because I'm 70 now, I'm supposed to not care. You actually care more at that age, because when you're young, a lot of times you don't have to do much to look good. But as you get older, you know, and I guess I also have a sense of satisfaction. When I first started wearing makeup, I guess I was maybe 14 or 15, and people would say, don't wear makeup, don't wear makeup. It's going to ruin your skin. When you get older, wearing that makeup, it's going to ruin your skin, ruin your skin. And I was fortunate enough to go to Barbizon. For some of you who are in New York, Barbizon was like a charm modeling school. And they said in New York, you need your face to be covered because of all the elements. If you're out in the island somewhere with the fresh air and sunshine, you may not have to worry about different elements and soot and dirt getting into your skin. So I'm glad to say, okay, I've been wearing the makeup now 50 or more years, and I don't feel that it's damaged my skin at all. It gave me a sense of purpose to take pride in how I looked. And so every day when I go out, I will have makeup on. And one day I tried just going out, running to the store with nothing on my face. And when I came in, I was coughing and sneezing and everything, because my face was just not accustomed to be exposed to the elements like that.
Well, to your point, Brenda, this is a great point, because when I said we did a little segue for Brenda, so not only has she been on the nutrients, our daily nutrient supplements and our vital factors for, close to, well, over 40 years for the daily nutrients, and vital factors more recently, since that's more of a recent product from MDR, which is our sister company to Clientele.
Actually, before Vital Factors, there was one that Clientele had. I can't think of the name, but Clientele had one.
Right. Daily nutrient supplements is Clientele, and stress control is Clientele.
No, they had something. It was similar to the MDR one, but it was Clientele's brand.
Okay.
And it was white. It was a white sizzling thing. It was white, and the capsules were white. They weren't red, but it was by Clientele had it first, and I can't think of the name of it, but I used that first before, and then when they stopped making those, that's when I went to the MDR. But Clientele had one, and I can't think of the name of it now. It escapes me.
And unfortunately, believe it or not, everybody, I'm stumped on the name of it too. But the great part is that we were
Was it Youth Elixir?
Oh, yes.
That was it.
Yes, absolutely. So, see, she had to remind me. But what I want to talk about now is, you were talking about, people getting into the ear gate and the eye gate. We're simply saying, everybody, and this is really positive, encouraging, inspiring information. Then we're going to get into your new skincare and see how all of that has affected you too with Clientele. But we're talking about, don't listen to the negative. Surround yourself with positive people. I know it's hard sometimes because, a negative one gets in there. There's all different kinds of reasons. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
they're not having a good day. Maybe there's something going on personally with them in their life that you're not aware of. And they're just, reacting to you and acting out. Whereas they might do that to everybody. Don't personalize it. The most important part is that know you're confident, you surround yourself, as I said, with as many positive people as you can. Those messages that you know about yourself need to get into your ears and into your eyes so that you feel good. And then you can, I think what Brenda's saying is you can pass that on to bless other people and brighten up.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Because when you feel good inside, it's so much easier to be complimentary and less judgmental of others. Everything stems by your attitude and how you feel about yourself. And if you are around people who continually are negative and everything they see about someone else is negative, that will really have an effect on how you start thinking. When you're trying to be a certain way and carry a certain image, if you're around people, oh, there you go with the cutesy little dresses and whatnot. Do you ever get relaxed or dressed down or whatever? You have to be you. Because if you see someone as opposed to trying to find what's wrong, I find if you look at what's right, you will say, let me go home and try that. And you'll be surprised how all of a sudden you bring yourself up and you will feel how you feel good. When you feel good about yourself, you just have a different aura about you. It's not
That's
that
right.
you're narcissistic or anything, but it's just that it's easier to be nice when you feel good about
Well,
yourself.
amen. This whole show, Brenda,
Yeah.
that we do for clientele is about encouraging and inspiring. So you're talking about if you have a fabulous attitude. Now, of course, everybody's got something going on in their life that they have to move through at times. So we can't say be happy and peppy and so forth all the time if you can't.
Correct.
But if you can muster that the majority of the time, you would be shocked as to how that helps your aging process. Because any of your stresses and your depressions and your disappointments and all of
Mm-hmm.
that make you age. So we're here to help you in any way we possibly can. And Brenda's a great guest. I would love for you to share her information. So like and share, everybody, because this information is very important to share with the people that you love, your friends, your family, your coworkers, whomever, to tell them, hey, if you're having a down day, find a way to get happy, find a way to be grateful, find a way to compliment somebody else
Yeah.
to make their day. So I appreciate this so much. And now we're going to get right into your supplement program and your skincare. So now that we've added the skincare in, which you've never used in all of these years, and you've been using it for the past few weeks, tell me about what you're experiencing now.
Well, one of the things I think of all of two favorites I have are the mask and the face wash. And those are your basic ones. But the mask, you can feel it working when you put it on. And of course, if you wear makeup, you really need to have a good cleansing system. First, so it doesn't get all over your pillows at night, correct? And then also,
Yes.
it just opens your pores and your pores can breathe for the night. When I was younger, I had bad acne. So, and I never thought my face would ever get clear. And it was actually when I started wearing makeup, my face cleared up. And I think maybe because a lot of it could have been the stress of breaking out, broke me out more. And once I started wearing the makeup, it cleared itself up. But I love the mask and then the cleansing. Just when you put it on, you can just see the smell and everything. It just is very invigorating. Correct. And so I washed in the morning and then I wash in the evening. And I've been using the mask, I would say at least once every 3 to 4 days, I use it because my skin still tends to be oily. So I would say those two are my favorites. And I guess because you can see and feel the difference immediately. The others are good, but those two just stand out in my mind.
Well, I have to tell you, we are a 6-step philosophy in Clientele. We're cleanse and
Correct.
exfoliate, which is what Brenda just talked about. Her Lotus Renewal Wash, alpha and beta hydroxy acid, getting rid of all the age dead skin cells, using it with the double action exfoliating sponge, which is its partner, getting rid of all the dead skin cells and brightening the skin and retexturizing it. And so this is important, steps 1 and 2. But to Brenda's point, I have to tell you that this mask, which I don't have a mixed up one, you actually make this fresh, which I know everybody loves because it's active, it's cool, it's tingly. You feel something working. But this is the door opener, Brenda. This is the opener to every single thing that you're using in Clientele because it is your deep cleanser. You've got to get into those pores. As Brenda was talking about, she had acne early on. She wore makeup, and makeup, by the way, in our line is an extension of our skincare. Everything we do is good for the skin. But if you don't get into those pores and deep clean them, if you don't get rid of the dead skin, do your exfoliation and microscopic peeling, and get rid of all of that debris, when you go to your next steps, your serum, your moisturizer, your replenisher, there's no absorption. Everything sits on top, makeup sits on top, doesn't blend well, changes colors on you. This is a key to what you're doing. So did you find that also, that everything really started to absorb better?
Right. And then because it's only in the evening, I think the toner.
So Brenda, the surface refining lotion that you're using at night after the Lotus Renewal Wash, this is another microscopic peel. So
Correct.
This is a further elevation to just give it a little bit more. And this will remove any of the excess. It's in place of a toner. You can absolutely use this morning and night. So just for you to know, because I know you're using it at night only, but you and I both tend to have an oilier skin.
Correct.
So we can definitely use this twice a day. And let's talk about your Lotus Firming Serum. What did you find after you use your serum? This is an integral part to your whole Clientele system because it's your DNA protein repairing enzyme. What did you notice happened?
What I noticed is, especially sometimes my weight will fluctuate, especially during the pandemic. I found with that, I could see more of a firming here on the neck more than any, then because I had started seeing where it looks like this was starting to wrinkle more. But since I have been using the firming lotion, everything seems to have tightened some. So I have noticed that, and see, that is not with the makeup all the way down here. Maybe like it goes to here, but this is usually the problem area. And people used to say, if you want to know a woman's age, you can tell her by her neck.
Definitely.
And the firming lotion makes a difference.
Well, thank you for mentioning that because you basically hit the nail right on the head because it is, whoops, I'm holding up the wrong one. It is 50, this is clinical study, proven, 55% increase in the first 10 minutes of application of your firmness. So that is exactly right. I didn't even have to, say, Brenda, could you please say this? I don't have to do that with anybody because everybody sees results. But yes, you'll definitely, and thank you for taking it down to your neck and also on your décolleté, because that's an area that everybody forgets about because they forget that their neck and décolleté are attached to their head.
That's true.
So once you do the Lotus Firming Serum, you're also doing the Youthifier. Do you know what this does?
Well, I think I would assume adding, it's not quite, the reason I guess I don't mention those is because it didn't pop, as they say in makeup terms. but this Youthify will add some sort of, I guess it's like a vitamin for the skin going in, as like if I'm taking vitamin B for the inside, it adds an extra dose of your what you use. Like I would probably like the HCL or the youth things that keep you glowing and whatever. It adds some
Yes.
of that to the skin.
It actually
Right.
amplifies what are called, this is going to be really scientific, so please forgive me, everybody, but it
Okay.
amplifies what are called youth messages to your skin cells. It tells them, be youthful, be youthful, be youthful. So that's what's happening. And most people don't realize that they've got dead skin cells going
Yes.
all the way down. This is literally eliminating the dead skin cells all the way down so that your new skin cells can regenerate with the youth factor. So I also want to mention now your daily nutrient supplements, because we're going to skip over a couple of the things here in Clientele. I know you're using our eye therapy. I will ask you about that actually. Let's talk about that for 1 minute. Your eye therapy. What do you
Oh well.
notice
Oh,
different?
that I don't have as much puffiness. Only like even today is really a bad allergy day for me. But thank God it's not popping out. But I have noticed that under my eyes, it's a lot smoother, and the makeup more glides on. Whereas before, it felt like it was cake, almost caking on.
Oh,
But I guess that's with all the cleansers also. But that
definitely.
definitely does something, under here. It glides.
It's definitely a combination, Brenda, of everything that you're doing
Correct.
externally as well as what you're doing internally. And that's a great point because the eye therapy is called Estrolift. Ladies out there, this is actually, I'm going to align this with ladies for just a minute.
Hmm.
When we start to age, we lose our estrogen. And we can see that. We can feel it in our moods. We get mood swings when we lose our estrogen. Our hair might get thinner. Our nails might get weaker. The skin gets less hydrated. It has laxity. And we start getting more lines. And we can see that as the years go by. This actually has your phytoestrogens. This is plant estrogens. That's something very unique to Estrolift and Clientele. And that's something that helps restore what nature's taking out, so you can really see that smoothness, less puffiness, more hydration, less
Yes,
lines.
yes,
That's what you're doing. So everybody like and follow this too, because Brenda's got just great information. I hopefully have a little bit of great information to share with you. But look at
yes.
her. I mean, all you have to do is just look at
And
this.
even when the makeup comes off, the face still looks good. It still has a glow
Yes.
and everything else. Even when after you finish and everything's off and you've even used the astringent, and especially I think there's one more behind it. There's another cream that goes on at night.
The rejuvenation cream.
Correct. When you
And
put that on, it's like your face has a glow going to bed. Going to sleep, you actually are glowing.
this is
And
one of
that,
my,
believe it or not, makes you feel good about yourself and you sleep better. It's not like, oh, I don't want to look in the mirror now. But
oh
that
my
it
gosh.
has such a youthful glow.
Thank you for bringing up that point, because this is another that I always say, when you wake up in the morning, your face looks like glass. And you're saying before you go to bed, your face has that glowy, gorgeous, you know,
Exactly.
vital, radiant look. And that's exactly what this does. This is another cream that just amplifies the youth factors in your skin. And that's why she looks so beautiful, because she's beautiful inside too. And now we're doing things to enhance that. So the last thing that I'm going to cover, because we have to wrap it up so we can say goodbye to everybody for the moment,
Yes,
is the vital factors. This is a drink, Brenda, that you're doing 5 days on, 2 days off,
correct.
and you do your daily nutrient supplements as well, which is your dailies in our line, your morning nutrient, all your B's and C's to give you stamina, energy, work on your stress, the mineral that goes along with it. You do this in the
Correct.
morning. and then you switch it at night. You do your evening nutrient. These are your restorative, repairing, regenerative nutrients that work when you go to sleep. So,
and those are the ones that was my introduction to clientele. And as she was saying, they took blood work once and they pricked my finger on my job and they were testing everyone's cholesterol. And they said, oh, your cholesterol's about a 201 or 202. I can't remember the number. They said, you need to go to the doctor and have that checked out. And I'm like, I don't understand it. I'm eating so healthy. What is wrong? When I went and they checked it, it was actually the good cholesterol was so high that it pushed everything up. And the assumption is always that it's the bad cholesterol. So that's why they assumed something was wrong. But they said, oh, you're in great shape because your good cholesterol is way up there. So it's not the bad cholesterol. So, and then I looked on the box and it did say, it may increase the good, raise the good cholesterol. And they were
yes.
right about it.
Well, that's a great testimony also, everybody. That's actually the first time anybody has ever said that on our interviews, and a great point. So again, if you're doing the right things supplementally and you're getting something that's balanced, combined to work together so that they do not cancel each other out. Nutrients do if you don't combine them the right way. Our combination is proprietary. We took all the guesswork out for you, and the value is unbelievable. So the
Correct.
vital factors, and thank you, that is a great point, is it's like plop, plop, fizz, fizz, remember? This is the effort tab that we call it, and the vital factors that Brenda drinks. And Brenda, how do you feel on this? We already know how you look. You look in your 50s versus your 70s. This produces your human growth hormone. This helps your own body.
Correct.
How are you feeling on it?
Well, I feel great and I have a lot of energy. And I can say with all of the shots that I took, I didn't have any side effects. So I feel that it has made a difference in my body's ability to fight off certain things. So I had even with the second Pfizer vaccine, I didn't have any side effects. I don't know if it's the vitamins, but I think that my body is so strong or is so healthy from all of the nutrients. And I attribute that a lot to the clientele vitamins and the vital factors.
Well, thank you for saying that, because the vital factors build your immune defense.
Correct.
That is one of the many things that it does. It works on your muscular skeletal health, your cardiovascular, your neurological, your metabolic, your stamina, your energy, and your immune system. And your skin being the largest organ, your hair, your nails, everything benefits, because with human growth hormone, that we're not giving it to you, you're producing it yourself with the vital factors. That's the difference.
Correct.
That makes a huge difference in turning back the clock and getting the results that Brenda just talked about. So Brenda, I actually have to announce a winner, because every week, I don't know if you know this, on our show, we have $150 worth of clientele or MDR that we give to somebody that liked and shared. So I've got a winner to announce, but will you help me do it?
Yes, I will.
All right, if you come into the camera a little bit so I can whisper it to you. Okay, a little bit more if you turn your ear into the camera. All right, the winner is Carolyn Cooper. Carolyn Cooper. Can you announce her as the winner?
Okay, our winner is Carolyn Cooper.
Congratulations, Carolyn. And
Congratulations, Carolyn.
Thank you so much. You just won $150 worth of some of the things Brenda and I might be talking about in clientele and MDR. So we have to actually say goodbye to everybody, Brenda, but I want to tell you how blessed I was to have the honor of getting to know you, number one, this entire time.
It was great. And I just love, and even more so than the products with clientele, I love the sales staff. And I went to a conference, and it was a big women's conference, and I think Gloria sent little packets of clientele that we could give to all of the women. and it was so nice. And once I left my vitamins at home and I called and I was going to be gone for 4 days, they sent me vitamins to the hotel. And it's like they take care of you almost as if they were a prescription. You know, you can get some drugstores to do that for you. But, and it's been years and years and years, and it has been consistently good service. If the products weren't good, the service would make it still worth your while. You want to do business, but the products are great and the service is even better.
Well, first of all, thank you. We love to hear that because that's what we want to do. It's all personal. We really care about the people we talk about. It's not about the sale. The sale is an after result of everything that we do. It's about taking care of you and making sure you get the best. So I love you for saying that. And I just want to say, everybody, call us 800-327-4660 Monday through Friday. Have a personal consultation with somebody like me or Gloria or any one of our great specialists. She loves Gloria. You will too.
I love Gloria.
We've got Gloria, Geraldine, Angela, Heidi, and me. So we'll see you next week. Can't wait to introduce our next guest. I'm not going to tell you who it is. You just have to tune in. But we'll see you next Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 11 p.m. Central Standard Time. I might have gotten that mixed up. And 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Just pay attention to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You'll know what to do. We'll see you then.
Okay.
Bye, Brenda.
Bye-bye, everyone.